Hey guys, it's Matt from IGN. I'm here with Reggie Fils-Aimé, President of Nintendo of America, and we've got a few questions for him right here on my iPhone.
Next time, we got to get you to do it off of your DSi.
Actually, I should do that. That would be pretty awesome.
That'd be awesome.
All right, so I'm going to get right into it. First question is, we saw Metroid Other M and Galaxy 2, but you guys aren't showing them in playable form. Why is that?
Well, those games are 2010 games. What we have in playable form is really what we're focusing on for this year. That's really the only difference.
Okay, and what? The other question related to that is, what happened to Retro Studios' next project? We keep waiting for it to show up. We know it's got to be really cooking right now, but we're not seeing anything.
We have nothing to announce right now. The team at Retro is hard at work. They're doing great stuff, but it's not ready to show quite yet.
Is it going to blow us away? Can you give us a super hypo comment?
Let me put it this way. Did Other M blow you away? Did Galaxy 2 blow you away? Did New Super Mario for Wii blow you away? You know, our goal is that everything we do blows people away.
You have a bit more insight on the development of Galaxy, I'm sure, than most of us do. Can you give us a bit of what the direction is for the game? Do they really want to like blow it out for the sequel? Is it going to be kind of more the same? Like, what's the deal?
You know, what Mr. Miyamoto has shared is that if the first Galaxy was maybe more inviting in terms of all of the audiences, what Galaxy 2 is going to be is maybe a little bit more Nintendo fan, harder gamer focused, a little tougher. The use of Yoshi makes it a little bit more challenging. We showed some of the snippets of some of the activities. It's a bit more challenging. It's going to be, if you will, for more of that passionate Mario fan who grew up getting challenged with Super Mario World, and it's going to be much more in that area.
And what can you tell us about Metroid Other M, other than what we saw in the trailer?
What I can tell you is that it's going to be fabulous. I've seen it working. I personally didn't have the controller in my hands, but it looks great, and it really is going to do a fabulous job, giving you more backstory on Samus, taking you more into the mythology of what Metroid is all about. It's going to be great.
So this is going all the way back to her teen years or earlier, or are we gonna?
You know, we're not going to tell you exactly where it fits in the Metroid mythology. We're going to share that a little bit later, but it definitely fills in some of the gaps.
All right, so you didn't show Pikmin 3, which is what we were expecting you guys to show. So that kind of surprised us. Any reason why not?
You know, Matt, we're all about surprises, right? You know, so we will show that game when it's ready. At the right time, close to when it's going to be launched. It's not there yet, but Mr. Miyamoto still has his developer roundtable to do, so you'll see. Maybe you might get surprised after all.
Yeah, that's the next question. Mr. Miyamoto didn't have a stage demo today. First of all, the question is, why not? He usually does. And then he is here. He has a roundtable. Can you kind of give us a hint about what that's all about?
Sure. Well, first off, if you look at how Mr. Miyamoto has interacted in our press conferences, it's been a wide range. Everything from making an appearance at the end, 2004, to being on hand to do a demo. This year, given all of the content we had, we actually thought it would be best for him to go in depth into a handful of games during his developers roundtable, and that's what he's going to do later today.
Great. And you think we might actually get a surprise or two out of that one?
You know, again, we're always trying to surprise you, so we'll see.
All right, fantastic. Next question is, are you going to be saving any announcements for either Japan? We heard there was some sort of mysterious Japanese press conference. Can you confirm that? And there's also the German game show.
You know, the meeting in Japan is much more retailer oriented. So what they'll be going through is all of the details of when products are launching specific to Japan. And within that, there really isn't anything new versus what we've announced today.
Okay, we saw a bunch of games, obviously, that you guys didn't really highlight in your conference, including, like Line Attack and other games of that nature. We didn't see games like Trace Memory or Cosmic Walker, and those are games that I'm personally very interested in, so wondering what your comment is on that.
You know, the interesting thing is, even though E3 is back into a larger footprint, this footprint here is about two-thirds the size of our footprint in 2006. So that always forces us to make tough decisions as to what it is that we show. And even here today, I'm hearing that we have a line around our booth for Spirit Tracks for Zelda. So, we have more content than we're able to show in this type of space, which means that fall conferences that we hold here in the Americas, those take on more meaning to highlight some of the games that you mentioned.
Okay, so if a game isn't necessarily here, does that mean that it's not going to be coming out this year, or you guys still have something up your sleeve? Or?
You know, there's still maybe some games that'll still make it this year. A lot of it is how the final tuning and development goes. And again, anything like that we'll talk about in the fall.
Okay, you did highlight a bunch of, well, it was a bit more sort of quote-unquote hardcore for some of the gamers out there at the conference today. But you still did not show games like Red Steel 2 and Silent Hill and No More Heroes, and these are some of the games that we think are probably the most geared toward hardcore. I'm wondering if that was calculated.
You know, there was no, there's no master plan in terms of not showing those titles. It really is all about what we think is best ready to highlight and to show, and where's the best way to show it. Do we show it in the booth? Some of those games are here in the booth. Is it something that the licensee wants to highlight in their own booth? Really, those are all of the elements that come into play.
Miyamoto's Roundtable, we touched on that already. I think that's pretty much it. We'll wrap it up, if you could, just by telling me what games you're most excited about. Actually, I do have one more question. What are your thoughts on Natal, Microsoft's big motion controllerless getup?
You know, it's interesting. You can make the argument that the health genre, right, like Wii Fit, is becoming red ocean. There's a lot of different content coming out. You could say that in the future that potentially active playing might be a red ocean in the future, depending on what happens with our two competitors. You know, for us, we're making precision control a reality today. What we're showing with Wii Sports Resort really takes the way you handle the controller to a whole new level. So for us, we're focused on the reality of today, of how to drive that in an important way within gaming. We'll let our competitors talk about what might or might not be in the future.
Great. Finally, can you just give us your own thoughts about what you're most excited about this year? And then maybe if you could, one more teaser for why we should all be excited about this roundtable today.
Sure. You know, in terms of what I'm excited about, in many ways, I am becoming the prototypical gamer that Nintendo is going after. I'm really enthused with Wii Fit Plus. I love New Super Mario Brothers for Wii. I love Spirit Tracks. I'm a Zelda fan all my life. And I love Wii Sports Resort. So for me, there's a little bit of core stuff. There's some more audience expansion stuff. Plus, I was thrilled that I got to make the announcement about Golden Sun. That's one of my favorite franchises. So, I mean, for me, everything that we touched on really strikes a chord with the type of consumer that we're going after. Thank you.